All right, hello, and welcome. Is everything working good? Everything seems to be working all right. Hello. So today, getting back to work on some oil painting on this Huntrix fan art piece. I'm super excited. I'm really happy just to get back to this one since I have now finished the foam horns. And Clove is around here somewhere in my room. Is she on the other side? Come here, Clove. I'm gonna go show Clove. Come here, Noodle. I like that she joins my stream. Whoop! She is noodling. She's feeling antisocial right now. She's like, I don't want to say hi. I just want to sit here. She's like, nope. Being all squirmy wormy. Alright, well, we'll get back to the painting then. Hey, it's Win! Hi, Win. How you doing? Yeah, Miss Clove. Hey, that's Nacho. Hi, Nacho. Alright. So for my plan for today, I was thinking about working more on Zoe's pants and doing like the flower design and that kind of stuff. The oil paint has dried up since then. So I gotta mix more paint. Yes, Nacho. Tortellini! Our dear cat. Tortellini. Here, how can we, bring this over? Yeah, so this is all dried up. Ooh, even these are, like, not as, they're okay. I should probably clean off this, palette, too. And I'm gonna add some turpentine to this yellow, kind of make it really I want it to be like really watery. And that little, if you hear this clicking noise behind me, that's Clove playing with a toy. She's a funny cat. Alright, so now that it's like really liquidy and it's gonna be very like smooth to paint on. Where's my super thin brush? My super thin brush. And how can we miss it? Maybe like this? No. Trying to see what's the best way to do this. Maybe if I flip this over, like switch it around, and then it gives me more room. I'm trying to find a good placement where to put this. Yeah, that works. That's a good viewpoint, right? That'll be good. And I'm gonna switch around my palette here. Hey, it's in touch, it's me. Hello. Hello. Yeah, so it's gonna be a little upside down to you guys, but I need it to be right side up for me, so I make sure that the flower patterns on her pants line up correctly. I want it to be, I want the perspective to like make sense. Especially that I'm like freehanding this. Gosh, this like brings me back to the days when I did like henna and a lot of mandalas. Oh my gosh. So many mandalas. So the trick to painting mandalas is that you kind of do like one petal one side and then you do it right across from the other one. So it's like there's this invisible line. And then you do the next petal here. On this side. Like that. And see? Perfect mandala flower. However you want to look at it. So how is everyone doing this morning? I don't know, for me, it felt like the morning flew by really fast. Like, I don't know. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, it's already time to start painting. All right. And then it looks like there is, these petals have outer petals. Kind of like this. And there we are. I don't know if the microphone's picking up on it, but the cat's playing with the toy and it's really cute. I just hear her. I actually want to make sure she's okay and she hasn't like wrapped herself around it. Oh no, she's fine. She's all good. You're like, you good, cat? Yeah, she's good. Wonder if she's pawing at the toy like, come play with me. Good. I'm glad you're doing good, Win. Good. All right, and then so after that, it's like there's another petal here. Yeah, this is like totally taking me back to the days I did henna. Oh my gosh. It's kind of funny. I used to do designs like this all the time and freehand them and have them perfect. Kind of lost the skill of perfection a little bit, but you hear Clove playing. That's too funny. What are you doing, Cat? Hold on, I want to go check on her again. She's such a funny kitty. So energetic. She did not want, at first, she did not want to come in this stream today. She was being too much of a noodle. And I was like, aw, but what, I want my little co-host. Yeah, I'm happy she could be here too. All right, so there's these petals, and then there's like this. These are just the inner petals, and then there's external petals. And when I'm also like painting these on, I'm paying attention to the wrinkles in the clothing, because it's not like a perfect just stamp. Like there's wrinkles in the clothes, so that means there will be wrinkles in the pattern as well. And then it looks like that's also something really important to keep in mind when painting patterns on clothing, is how not only how does the pattern itself look flat, but how does it look when it's in a three-dimensional form, and especially how does it interact with the certain folds in the fabric. Oh, hello. Hello. Miss Clove is here with me. And there's a Fuzzy. Be gone, Fuzzy. I swear these palette knives are like the best way of getting fuzzies or brush hairs out of your paint without actually like smudging anything. So I'm doing this art piece in art class right now, and it's a lot of blending. So I'm using like these big blending brushes, and oh my gosh, they shed so much, these blending brushes. Hi, baby. Yeah, yeah. To answer your question, Nacho, yeah, no, Chloe's behaving. She's being a good girl. If she wasn't, I would kick her out. If she was being too much. Zoe's pants, they're so detailed. Like, I don't think I fully realized that when I started this painting. Like, they're very detailed, but I like it. Actually, all their outfits are with all the embroidery work and that kind of stuff. They look simplified now, but I'm gonna add in those details. Hi, cat. Yeah, I gotta figure out where to add this flower. I think this line is in the wrong place. Is it? Needs to be lower. And this whole thing needs to be lower, so it's throwing me off. Unfortunately. Because I'm like, what? It looks so weird. Like, something's weird about this. And unfortunately, this part's already dry, so I can't just, like, erase it. I'm gonna have to paint over it and retry. Yeah, see? It's already dry, so it won't erase. That's okay. Yes, she is a good noodle. And she does get a gold star. I'm not disappearing, I'm just getting more paint. Boop, boop, boop. There you go. Don't play with the cap. She was reaching for the little paint cap. Silly. And I think we're good. I think I have actually all the colors to make her pants on here. Now I have to just recreate these colors, and I'm like, how do I do that? What exact colors did I use again? Oh boy. Be left to some experimenting, that's for sure. You know what? How about I show what I'm exactly mixing right over here? We'll swap this over. Move it. There we go. So I'm working on the blue tones right now, trying to get that, recreate that blue glow, and also the dark blue of her pants, which is right here. Yeah, it's a bummer when things don't fully line up like in the details, but it happens. It's part of art. It's part of the process. Things don't always happen super perfectly. I think I need more blue. Where's the French ultramarine blue? Right over here. Hey, it's Vanny. Hi, Vanny. Aw, and thank you, Vanny, for subbing. Thank you. I appreciate you, Vanny. How are you doing? Ah, this one was really stuck. You're here again. You're all good. You're all good, Vanny. Yeah, just getting back to some oil painting. I'll show you in a minute. I've been working on cosplay horns. That's what I've been working on. All right, so I'm gonna put this over here and put this here. It's like musical chairs. I'm like swapping around, swapping around. There we go. Aw, good. Yeah, you've been seeing on my stories. I know I've been posting them. But yeah. So I just got done making these. These ones need flowers on them though. I'm gonna make them into flower crowns. Yeah, these ones are the first ones I put on headbands. And yeah, I'm really excited. But yeah, horns. And those will be available for my next show. Really excited. Yeah. Okay, that's what I was doing. All of a sudden I had like a moment of like, oh, what am I doing again? Like, hold on. I'm covering this up, so that means that this yellow will be dropped down a little bit more too. Drop down the yellow just a little bit. Yeah, the tricky thing too with detail, like patterns and details is like if they're not all exactly in the right place, they can look off from each other. And I still need to mix it super dark blue, which I have not done yet, but I'm mixing it right now. Aw, that's okay, Vanny. There's always so many other shows, so there's more I'm sure I'll see at. It is. It is expensive to travel, so I totally hear you there. Not to worry, but there's always more trips. There's always more shows, more cons. Oh my gosh. Well, I think it's about time you take a family trip, Vanny. It's been a few years. I totally understand. Yeah, go see your family. I hope you have a good and safe trip. Have fun. There we go. So now I don't think I'll be able to really paint on that surface too much. I'm gonna correct this yellow detail here though. More fuzzies. So many fuzzies. I need to do another deep cleaning. And then I'm gonna smooth it out. Where's like a fluffy brush that I can use? There we go. Reblend, trying to give that suggestion of like wrinkling fabric. Sorry, I'm like extra concentrating on this little tiny bit. I know it looks like one of those things that shouldn't be a big deal, but for whatever reason, it got my hyperfixation. I'm gonna shrink this up. Okay, so actually now things are starting to look like they're in the right proportion. They're all in the proportion that they should be in. Which is good. We need that. Yeah, I understand that, Vanny. Is just sticking to like cons in state. Yeah, no, because it is expensive to travel. And especially now you got this family trip that you're gonna do. Hey, I'll let you know if I ever travel to a con that's closer to you. Because I'm looking to travel to some cons. Not sure where quite yet. Um, but I'm looking for good shows. So, and what I'll announce everything once I actually have booth spaces and that kind of stuff. Because I don't want to like get anyone's hopes up and then I end up not getting a space or something like that. That's why I only announce when I'm actually like, yes, I'm going to this place. Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. I know, I'm putting so many details into these that, like, into this painting, I'm even wondering, I'm like, is it worth putting all these details in? But the more and more I think about it, I'm like, yes, yes, it is. I don't know, I put a lot of care and heart into all my pieces. Just clean it up right over here. Cleaning up. Yep, and I think I'm happy with how it looks right now. Like I said, I can't do the small details on it because the base is wet, and when these little details, it has to be dry. But what I can get started is at least the yellow details that are right here and here. I could start working on that, just not the mandala, which hopefully I don't fall on automatic pilot and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, why is this not working the way that it's supposed to? I just smudged something I wasn't supposed to smudge. All right, let's see. So now for the details that I am going to go over, it's going to be different shades of yellow. And if you remember from before when I mixed yellow, it's a lot of more than just yellow. It's like oranges and browns. So I'm going to need more white paint. And then I think I have enough orange and yellow actually to create my values. And you know what? The details, there we go. The details on her pants are actually kind of like a little bit of the yellow, the really light yellow that I've already painted on, but it looks very flat. So I'm going to use some more of this brighter yellow kind of as like shadows. You know what? Actually looking at it, I'm looking at like a cosplay picture. It looks like it's almost like a gray kind of yellow. So I'm still going to use part of this, but also too, I think I need a gray yellow for this really thin lines. I think that'll look a little bit more realistic. That's way too dark, but this is kind of what I was thinking. Just too dark. Gonna add a little bit more white, lighten it up. There we go. Yeah, something like that. And then I'm gonna water it down with some turpentine. And swap places. Hey, it's Evo Leia. Hi, Evo Leia. How you doing? Oh, thank you, Evolea. Thank you. Yeah, kind of feeling a little cute today, I will say. Just a little bit. Yeah, and sorry, Vanny, I was late on your one of your messages. I was kind of reading back, like, oh no, I missed messages. I was concentrating so much on my plans for what to do here. um, but yeah, no, I totally understand what you mean by like, you know, you only have so much money and you want to be careful of what you spend it on, so you're like picky. I think that's smart though. I think that's smart. You're like, no, be thoughtful and careful about what shows you go to and which cons. No, I totally understand that. No, and I think that's actually good too. In a way, though, if you start looking at like cons like that, like then they become extra special, right? And every once in a while, it is fun to travel to one and, you know, like go to some place that's like different or it's fun. All right, so for I'm gonna do the details here, the yellow. So I'm gonna take some bright yellow. And you can see it good. Maybe I'll bring it over a little bit more, up a little bit more. There we go. And again, I'm sorry it's a little upside down for you guys. I just want to be like, I want to make sure that the perspective is still right on it, and I would hate for the details to turn out wonky just because I was looking at it upside down. I don't want that to happen. And I'm gonna use yellow for the shading, because see how like there's a shadow here? I want to continue that fabric wrinkle all the way through, but the color will change, right? Because it's on a different color of fabric. So that's how you give the illusion that it's going, that it's like there's waves and then wrinkles. And then there's also highlights too, I want to make sure to capture. It's very easy for yellow to look flat. That's what makes it such a tricky color to work with. And I want to make sure that definitely doesn't happen. Well, I'm excited for you, Vanny. Not I'm not in that fandom. I don't know much, but I know I hope he comes to a local con for you sometime soon, because that does sound awesome. Oh, okay, gotcha, Vanny. I gotcha. I think that's cool. I think it's cool, like, at cons how much, like, there's opportunities to meet people that you're inspired by, or, like, just stars that you really like, or I think it's so cool. And I'm just really like, as I'm painting this, I'm really just playing around with colors, playing around with the fabric folds, um, playing with shapes, experimenting. That's really what a lot of it is. Also, too, that's like what takes up so much time and concentration, is like the experimenting, because I know I'm not really talking verbally a whole lot, but there's a lot going on in my head. There's definitely a lot. And I want to see if there's like even a darker brown, maybe. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I'm actually surprised that there's any of this color left. There's almost like this rusty orange and this like rusty brown. I'm surprised it's still good. It's a shock to me. and there we go. So just kind of painting here, and I got to now blend it out. Blend, blend, blend. See, who would think there's so many different colors in yellow? All right, and I'm gonna add just a teeny bit left of yellow. Could try to smooth this out. There we go. And I'm gonna mix a little bit more of like this dark blue because technically actually right here this design is like black, which I totally skipped out on. I don't know how that happened, but I don't want it to be just dark, like just black paint, because that will make it look also like I'm still gonna keep some blue in it, basically, is what I'm saying. So it's okay that's a little blue. I'm just gonna darken it up. That's really my plan. Darken it up. I know. I feel, yeah. Vanny, it's always exciting to meet people that you look up to and that kind of thing. Like, oh, it's so cool. Nah. Thank you, Win. Thank you for that goal. That's really sweet. So see, I'm kind of darkening this part up here. I think what's also taking me so long with this painting is because I'm doing something I normally don't do. Like normally when I'm working on a piece, I'll focus a lot on one area and then move on to the next and then move on to the next. Where this one I'm bouncing around a lot, so I think like once I get to one area, and then I move on to another, but by the time I come back to it, I kind of forgot what my thought process was. So it's almost like I have to like work on it and then remember like, oh yeah, I was here, I was doing this. This is my thoughts. Not bad, just something that I've noticed within myself as I'm working on this. It's also probably why I've been so silent today. Because I'm also like talking to myself in my head, like, okay, what was my plan with this one? Where was I going with it? I know, all of a sudden there's bright blue and it's like, whoa. But I'm planning on blending it in. There we go. Blending it in. And by the way, Clove is still like sitting behind me. She's taking a nap. She's really cute. I love the company of a cat. I do. Clove is a noodle. So see this one, it's like darker, but it's not so in your face. It's okay. Gloves is a good noodle. Yes, Win. Have you ever used noodles as gloves? I'm just poking fun. You're all good. There we go. Yeah, so my big goals pretty much right now are, like, art-wise, is to get this painting done, and I want the foam horns, and I also really want to get done the I really want to work on the Jinx Pow Pow, that cosplay prop. I really want to work on that too, because that's been a very long ongoing project for a long time, and it's about time it gets completed. I've been just so, like, lately distracted with getting ready for shows and commissions that it always keeps getting put on back burner. But I'm like, no, it's time I actually, like, put this cosplay prop as a priority. Oh, really? When you've been playing Jinx? That's awesome. How is Jinx How is Jinx to play on Fortnite? Like, is she a hard character to play? Is she easy? Is she a lot of fun? I like that quote, Evo Leia. Sorry, I can't come to work. There's a cat. I can't disturb the cat. Except for me, I am working and there's a cat right here and it's all good. Ah, I got you, Win. So she's really no different than any other character. It's just a skin. Gotcha. It might sound like a dumb question, but like I don't play Fortnite, so I don't know. I'm out of the loop on such things. That's funny, Win. That's awesome, though. That's funny. It's funny how, like, patterns like that, like, notice, like, unintentional patterns pick up like that. Trying to think, is this line actually technically correct? I don't think so. I think it actually ends here and it kind of goes down. It's so funny, like, you really learn a lot about a character's costume, um, when you start, like, painting it or doing a cosplay, like, because you start looking at all those, like, little nitty-gritty details. And you're like, wait a second, that isn't right. Or, wow, this actually is a part of their costume, or this is how it's made. I don't know. What I find most satisfying is it's like when it's that first layer and it's just color blocking, and then the second layer goes on top and it's so much more detailed and in depth. I just find it looks so nice. You have the three skins that of characters I cosplay, when I think we just like the same characters. That's too funny. Jinx, Spider-Gwen, Zoe. Oh, that's too funny. I'll bring Spider-Gwen back one of these days. It's actually been a minute since I've cosplayed her. I don't want to have to mix more pink, but I might have to. I don't want to have to mix more pink. Do I have to mix more pink? And why I'm saying that is so that it blends. But maybe not. Maybe I can get it to just blend. All right. Let's see if the pink I have here is still good or not. Oh my gosh. Somehow the pink on my palette is still good. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh. Wee. All right. The pink kind of bled a little too much. So let's bring it back in here. And I think I need to add in a little bit of pink. I think I put in too much blue. Just add a little bit more pink. I'm so happy that this pink actually is still like good and mixed. Because I'm like, I don't want to mix more. It's also why I like oil paints. They last a long time on the palette. Because when's the last time that I was oil painting? Gosh. It's been a little bit. I think it was last week. Aw, thank you, Win, for posting the Discord. Thank you. Yeah, there we go. I know it's not going to be very good yellow line, but I want to at least mark right here my idea. Well, hold on. It's actually going to be like this. I'm gonna go back in with my tiny brush. Where is my super tiny brush? Here's my super tiny brush. And I think the paint's already, it's not like drying, but it's becoming thicker. It's not becoming as liquidy anymore. I am actually having fun with the details on her pants. I think she has a lot of fun details to play with. But I don't think that was necessarily correct, what I just did. I know, it's like lines running into lines. There's so many lines, and like I'm trying to think of how to... This is challenging, I will say. I keep messing up, but it is challenging. Yeah, it's not an easy piece. For sure. But what do we do with things that are challenging? Just paint over and keep moving. There we go. I think part of my problem was that this detail here, it's so funny. It's like shaped like a zipper, like for jeans, but it's not. It's like just a print, and I thought that's how it was on the cosplay, like, you know, to make it cost less, like don't put in a zipper, just make them stretchy pants. But then I looked at the movie itself and nope, it's like printed in the movie. And it's not a style thing either, because I looked at like kind of the other zippers, like versus Rumi or Mira's um, outfits, and their zippers were actually textured like zippers. So, nope. Zoe's are intentionally made to look like just it's just a print. Yay! Yay, Win! I'm glad that you started working on glass again. That's awesome. Yay, that's good. It's good to have a creative project and keep working. So are you sharing a workspace with your dad, Lynn? Hey, that's how it goes sometimes. All right, so I'm gonna try this again. Let's see what we can do. That's good though. That's kind of fun though, when that you get to work alongside with your dad. In a way, I think that's kind of nice. And I'm softening up these lines too. There we go. See, just little bit by little bit, it's coming together. Slowly but surely, it's coming together. Who knew that there'd be so much detail in just a pair of pants? Well, and what really makes them super challenging is, like I was saying before, all the tiny, intricate detailing in the pattern itself. good. I mean, that's cool. He works that your dad works on his own projects, but the fact is like you're working together but on different projects. Like that's what I was saying. You know, you're working on your own thing, but you're in the same space, spending time together. That's good. There we go. Ah, my gosh. I almost didn't breathe for like the whole bit of that blending. Here we go. Alright, what's a time check? Because I completely lost track. I know, right? When berries do need to breathe. But I'm like extra concentrating, so I'm like, ah. I don't know, it's just today is one of those days where I'm like really, really having to concentrate. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's probably all the details and fabric folds, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. What did I get myself into? Yeah. I will say though, like, yes, I know the progress looks small, but I am actually happy to make at least some progress on this painting. Every little bit counts. This one's taking me a lot longer than expected, but I should have expected how long it was going to take me because of my vision of how many details I wanted to put in this, and like just everything. There we go. And it's looking a little too fuzzy for my liking. I like it like fuzzy like that for on the tops of the fabric to add like detail. But I think for the bottom part, I'm gonna make it more crispy. Just so it doesn't look like, I don't know, it doesn't look like it was taken by a blurry lens. There we go. Looking super cute. I'm gonna go and add kind of the same shadows I did for this one over here. Not gonna be much, but I don't want it to be completely flat yellow either. Almost got paint my hair in the paint. That would have not been good. I've done that before many times where I'll accidentally get my hair in the paint palette. And then all of a sudden I'm like, where did green come from? Why am I suddenly coated in green? Exactly when. Happy little accidents. And almost done. At least with this little part. Almost. Gotta straighten that up. There we go. I know. The just teeny tiny little details, like it's like tap 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 with the paintbrush. I know, the tiniest little paint strokes. All right. So, coming together. I'll slide this over a little bit more. Let's do the teeny details on like the outlines here. I think I just noticed another mistake. Yeah, because so this line here is correct, but these lines here that are right here are actually supposed to line up with this, and they're supposed to go like this. So this part needs to be redone. Yep. See, this is also what's tricky when I like do like a little bit and then it's been a while since I came back to it. is that I notice all these mistakes. Yeah, because this side's correct. Like, this line's supposed to follow these yellow details. But then this line... Go figure. I was like, wait a second. I'm like, something's not completely right here. That means this is going to travel up around like that. So that's going to bend slightly different. So I'm going to redo those lines. But I'm going to leave it up here too. Kind of be my guide. And I know it's wet, so it's probably not going to turn out very well. It's probably going to get muddy. But I do want to at least add guidelines for myself so I remember this realization I just had. Because sometimes what happens is I'll forget. And then I'll make the mistake I just made. And I'll be like, wait a minute. I've done that in past paintings where I'm like, I remember I've solved this problem, but I don't remember how I solved it or what the like, yeah, how I solved it. Oh yeah, Nacho, I remember you told me that. Oh, that was such a bummer. I was like, no, wait, you forgot an entire scene? Oh no. Yep, see, in any art form it can happen. The yellow's not as bold and it's a little bit more messy, but at least it leaves me good enough guidelines so I know where to pick up from next time. There we go. How much time do we have left? Good, Nacho. Good. I'm glad that everything is like where it should be in the timeline. Nacho, how long is your movie gonna be, or how long are you planning on it being? Is it gonna be like 5 minutes, kind of like the horror movie, or is it gonna be like longer? Oh, 20 minutes. Okay. So it's kind of like a little, it's oh, that's a good length actually. 20 minutes. That's a lot. Nice. Well, I guess Evo Leia, you could say that it's like a short movie. I don't know, even 2 hours for a movie, I'm like, that's a long movie. Hmm. Yeah, true, Nacho. I think you're right. Yeah. And you know what's funny too is that um when movies were like first starting out, so the silent films, I believe they were only like 30 minutes long. I don't think they were very long. And that was like the normal length of them. Yeah, they realized they could put a lot more a lot more time in there. Now I'm excited for you, Nacho. I'm excited to see it all together and completed. It's gonna be awesome. Yep. And I'm just gonna finish up here for a last couple of minutes of the stream. I know I'm not gonna finish her pants on this stream. I'm not even gonna, oh my gosh, I'm not even gonna come close to finishing. But, you know, it's coming along. I agree with you, Nacho. I think that would be really fun. And you know me, I'm here to help you if you need help. I'm just trying to clean up some of these lines. See, it's a slow progress, but it's coming more and more to life. I think for this painting, the thing I've learned the most is patience. For sure, having patience. Having patience and not being afraid to recorrect mistakes. Those are big ones for sure. Like, I don't know how many times I'm gonna redo these lines, but a lot. Alright, so for this one, it actually comes down like that. Like that. There we go. I think that's actually the correct placement for those details. I think I finally found it. Little readjustments here and there constantly, but I think I got it. Hugs all around. I like the hugs. Yeah, and even off stream, I am planning on definitely working on this piece for sure. So, you'll see skips in time where I'll work on it and then there'll be progress. So, yeah. I'm wondering if this, like, shadow color I don't think is that much contrast. I might have to remix something. Probably. Let's see what I can do. I'm going to remix. Add maybe some brown. Maybe a little bit of black. Because I don't want it to be super dramatic. Like, I don't want the yellow shadow to look dirty, but I do want there to be enough contrast where, like, you do see value. Sometimes that's the tricky part with light colors is you want that contrast, but you don't want it to look dirty. So it can take some trial and error. There we go. See, this one's better contrast. Here we go. See, and already just adding a little bit of shadow adds a lot of value and depth. It doesn't have to be much. It can be very subtle. But those subtle shadows, subtle highlights really add in a lot. There we go. There we go. Just gonna add in a shadow somewhere else. Just notice something. That's what else I end up doing a lot when I'm like, wait, no, wait. Notice something. I noticed a shadow somewhere where I missed it. Happens often. Here we are. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. All right, you know what? I will call the stream there for today. And I don't know, I'm really, really happy with how it's looking. I know there's like a lot of like back and forth of experimenting and being like, oh, that's not how it's correct. And but you know what? That's what art is. It's a lot of, it's like constantly learning. But yeah. Here, I'll show the pants now. You can see it where it's not upside down. Aw, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Win. Thank you, Nacho. Thank you, everyone who's here hanging out with me. I will say, yeah, you know, even though it's slow progress, I still think it's good progress because, I mean, working on tiny details, it's really slowed down. As for Friday's stream, I'm sorry, but it'll be canceled. I just have a lot going on, so I'm sorry. But I will be back on Tuesday next week, and I'll probably most likely be painting and working on painting. So yeah, and it'll all be good. Alrighty, well, I hope you all have a good rest of your week, a good weekend, and I will see you all next time. Alrighty, bye!